Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl EJ. I know I don't upload content, continuously. You guys have to forgive me for that. Sometimes I sit down and I keep debating on, what I should make content about because there's just so much to talk about, but sometimes when you try to like make a video, you just realize that maybe a lot of the things that you've said is just, you speaking out of turn. I'm actually considering if I should make it a thing where I'm going to have interactive sessions with my friends, because I realize that there's a lot of things that you share in common with people that you don't know about until there's a discussion that pops up and you realize that a lot of things are very relatable. Now, there's one particular one I want to focus on: the misconception of people, about those who live abroad. Yep, that's a thing. People assume that just because you're outside of your country of origin, that you must be picking money off the street, you must be living large, you must be flexing, like living your best life and all of that. I'm sorry to disappoint you. That is far from the truth. If Okay, one thing I learned from living in the Philippines is that, as compared to Nigeria, where we pay our rent yearly, here you're paying rent every month. Like, you don't have the option of, oh, landlord, I beg, you get money never enter, uh later I will, nothing like that. If you actually live in our apartment where your landlord or your landlady is not a very understanding person, because getting money from Nigeria these days is such a hassle, and a lot of us, our allowance comes from our parents back home. So the you just, if let's say your rent is supposed to be paid on the 6th of every month, in fact on the 5th or even on the 4th, you will get a message. This is a friendly reminder, your rent is due in 2 days. Man, that's like heart attack level. It's gone up instantly. And then people assume that it's, like jobs are rolling around, which is not the case. Like here in the Philippines, we're technically not allowed to work. So majority of the students who are here have businesses, you get, and sometimes you can go long periods without even making like substantial sales, and basically that's your income, right? So there are people who bake, who cook, people who braid hair, people who sell extensions, people who sell Nigerian foodstuffs. There are people who make wigs, who sell wigs. The list is endless. Oh, I know some people though. Okay, I think there's one person who has like her own natural hair products line. Like, I'm super impressed. I have a friend who makes scented candles. She also actually teaches people. So making money in a country where you're not allowed to work is very hard. A lot of the blacks who are here, who actually like work, it's in call centers. Now, to qualify to work in a call center, that's a story of another day. That's, I feel like I should make another video to tell you about my application for call center jobs, the experience. It's not funny. And then people just assume that everything is sweet and it's going well with you, and when they share their problems with you and all you can offer to them is, advice and words of encouragement, it seems like you're being selfish, quote unquote, or you're being stingy. That's what people assume. I remember way back in 2016. I had a friend who reached out to me when I just got here. I was still trying to settle in and, find my footing. So he reached out to me and he was like, "Oh, see what I'm experiencing. Can you send me?" I think at the time it was 20K. I need to use it to pay the balance of my fees or something along those lines. And I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I wish I could have helped you, but I don't have because I'm not working and I live on a very strict allowance. So obviously you have to budget everything, because if you spend your money on things that you're not supposed to spend it on, you'll be the one who ends up suffering for it, because you only get allowance once a month." So he got offended. It's like, okay, fine, no problem. It's almost like you were feeling entitled. Obviously, if I had though, I would have helped you out, but I didn't even I don't even have enough for myself. And you have so many expenses. Here we don't buy handouts, and then there are very few textbooks or workbooks that we buy, because mostly everything is PDFs, right? So, but you want to know what the bad part is? Yes, we don't do the whole handouts and stuff, except it's optional. You decide to print out your notes so it's easy for you to be able to read it, right? But then we have a lot of actual projects, like physical projects that you have to produce, that ends up taking up a lot of your money. For a semester I did, AB communications, right? You're traveling. When I said, like, you're going to far locations to go for shoots, you're paying for the editing. There's just so many things. You're renting costumes, especially if you don't have it. And if you don't have like a professional camera, you cannot. The quality of your phone won't be as good as if you were to use like the Nikon cam. Later I realized that it was actually a requirement for AB communication students to have, the Nikon camera, which I ignored. I'm like, I'm not stressed until we actually go into something where I need to do an individual project. So you may think that everyone who is outside of their country of origin is living like a very flashy, glamorous, expensive lifestyle because of some things that we post on social media. But don't be deceived. Yeah, we're definitely taking pictures in locations that look really good, really snazzy. But if you have, like, take the time to have a conversation with people who live outside and listen to them and hear them, because sometimes you can listen just so that you have something to say, not because you're really interested in the conversation or in what they have to say to you. Listen to them, and you know that they're also having a tough time. It's very hard. Like, certain countries have, their own, every country has its own problems, right? There are countries where there are jobs that are available, but at the same time, if you're a student, there are certain number of hours you're only allowed to work. And then even summertime, the hours also, it differs. But then if you're taking summer classes, that also influences or affects how many hours you can work. So please stop assuming that everyone who lives outside of their country of origin is very rich. Me, I used to say it too. I am a broke ass student. You get? Don't be deceived. Last, I have finished talking my own. So until our next video, it was nice talking to you guys. Thank you for watching my video. In case you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and like my videos and comment. Give me ideas on what kind of content I should create. Bye 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 until the next time.